안녕하세요, Seppi예요. Hi, it's Seppi. In the previous video, we covered all Korean consonant characters briefly. Now we're going to see vowels. Korean vowels are really easy to memorize. All the data you need to store in your brain memory is direction. Direction of lines and dots. There are three fundamental components that build up Korean vowels: vertical lines, horizontal lines, and dots. There can be up to 2 lines and up to 2 dots in a single vowel. If a dot is placed next to a line, it merges, turning into a short line perpendicular to the pre-existing line. So we can categorize all the vowels under 3 domains: vertical, horizontal, and composite. Whether a vowel has a vertical line or a horizontal line dictates where a vowel belongs to. In other words, if a vowel is built upon a vertical line, it is a vertical vowel, and same applies to horizontal. Composite vowels can be made by merging a vertical one and a horizontal one together. First of all, I'm going to open up with vertical vowels. The single vertical line here is the most basic one, and it sounds E. Both sound and appearance resemble English I. Easy to memorize. By the way, do you remember the circle consonant has no sound value, and we can use this one as the default placeholder when we are just to express a vowel sound? We can write E as follows. Great, let's move on. If we put a dot on the left side of the line, it merges to the line. By doing so, it turns into a short line perpendicular to the baseline as I mentioned. What I mean by a dot is an idea, the true idea that inspired those who invented hangul back then. However, no one really puts a dot and leave it there as a dot. It projects a line to the baseline perpendicularly. Therefore, if we put a dot left to the base vertical line, we have this figure. It sounds English Schwa sound in following exemplary cases: away, ago, earn, sun, and bacon. Here it is denoted as an upside down E. I put a link to a decent web page addressing what Schwa sound is. And to repeat, it sounds Try making yourself. Then if a dot binds onto the other direction, it forms A, with a dot on the right side of the line. Again, A. Let's keep going on. Here, 2 following characters make a couple, because they share many in common. First of all, both are based on double vertical lines. One has a dot at the left side of lines, while the other has it in between lines, forming a shape like English H. What sound do they carry? E. They sound exactly identical. Then why on earth did the founder create these 2 independent characters? I have no idea. It is just so. Please just take it and don't get angry. Just another small obstacle detected. Again, this couple has a sound. Then, this time let's go to horizontal vowels. To begin with, here we have the simplest one, which consists of a single horizontal line. It sounds and there is no English correspondence. The sound value is the weakest among all vowels, so when pronounced rapidly inside a word, it sounds as if it is not there. Therefore, a special attention is required for the pronunciation of this character. I put a link to help pronounce sound down below in video description section. Well, let's continue to meet other horizontal members. If a dot attaches above the base horizontal line, we have O. On the other hand, U sounding vowel can be formed by attaching a dot on the other side, below the horizontal baseline. So far, we've covered baselines and lines with a dot attached. Some vowels have 2 dots, and we're about to cover them. Second dots differ from first dots in nature. They can be put only at the same side of the template lines where a former dot had already attached. Newly bound second dots indicate the sound of English Y rather than turning into a totally new sound. Let me specify what this vague statement means. Let me bring up the table of vertical vowels. We have 4 characters holding 1 dot each. Do you remember? Let's take O as our template vowel. From O, we can build this character by putting another dot at the same side of pre-existing dot, and it sounds yo. We found yo from O. See what I want to tell you? Let me rephrase it. When one more dot is to be attached to a pre-existing one-dotted template vowel, it should attach to the same side of a preceding dot. And by adding so, the newly born characters become holding English Y sound as an opening sound. Because vowels with double dots always carry additional Y sound in themselves compared to their one-dotted templates, let's call it Yfication. The conduct of putting one more dot to template vowel in order to yield vowels with double dots. Then the same analogy applies to A. We have ya from A. Again it sounds ya. Then a couple come. They also have their Wi-Fi cousins. Guess how they look? Yeah, they're these. And how would they sound? Guess again. Yeah, it is yeah. Yeah, indeed. Moving on to horizontals. U can be acquired by putting one more dot to the template U. Likewise, yo is Wi-Fi'd from O. Almost done now. Time for composite vowels. And basically, they are just 2 vowels combined, a fusion. However, it doesn't mean that you can take any of 2 vowels and make a composite one. A horizontal and vertical make a pair. Neither does it mean that every vertical and horizontal component can match up to pair. Not all possible candidates can participate in the process of composite vowel making. Actually, there are only 7 combinations. Then, how do they sound? Simply link together from horizontal vowel part and then vertical smoothly in a consecutive way. Let's take some examples. This character consists of the horizontal O and the vertical A. Then it sounds O-A, right? If you smooth it, it becomes wa. Wa. Next example. Here, same applies. We have U and E. U-E. And then it becomes we. Next, from O and E, we link to O-E. Then finally we have we. We. Finally, you guess how it sounds. Yes, U-E, we. Similarly, we have U-O, U-O, wo. And U-E, U-E, Ui. Easy peasy, huh? Each of them is conceived as a single vowel in terms of syllable structure, not 2 vowels in relay. It matters when you come to understand syllable structure later. And that's why we give them a special name, composite vowels. They are already combined as 1 vowel. There is one exception, this one. According to what we've learned, this one should sound ui, because it comprises of O and E, but it actually sounds we. Something happened a long time ago, and people might have decided to discard this ui sound and replace the sound with the easier we. As for this we, original sound is we, ue, we, right? But try making we. And this we, u and we, at the same time rapidly, and observe the difference between them. Almost no difference detected, right? We. So people also decided not to distinguish between we and we either. So to sum up, contemporary Koreans do not distinguish among we, sound-wise at all. They pronounce exactly same, we. You have my words on that. We finally covered all Hangul letters. How was it? The syllable structure is always the primary culprit that makes written Hangul look so confusing and difficult. We're going to understand Korean syllable structure and start to read and write some words ourselves in Hangul from the next video. For now, I assume none of you have the information about syllable structure, but we still need some practice to actively engage in, based on what we've learned today. So, for today we are going to completely forget about the horrible syllable structure and list each alphabet character from left to right. In other words, we are going to control the progression of characters one way, like English. Then, could you read these? The first one up here is composed of 4 characters, and you can directly identify that 2 of them are consonants while the other 2 are vowels. From the initial S sound, we meet A, and then P sound, P, and finally E. Try linking sounds. It ends up making a word. Seppi. Yes, it is Seppi. Good. The second one, pause it for a while and figure out how it pronounces and what it means yourself. Note that the circle indicates no sound. Well, it is Russia, right? So it reads in Korean as Russia. Here we have next one. Simple horizontal one was the hardest vowel to master. Do you remember? Beginning from the base G consonant, we have Greece. It is Greece. Yes, it's Greece in English. For the next example, my tip is remember that the circle is empty and find the sound of composite vowel by linking 2 vowels at once. Then we have Hawaii. It is Y. What about this? Very similar to the third one, Greece. Yes, it is Swiss. Switzerland. Here are what they really look in Hangul when syllable structure system is applied. In the next video, we're going to uncover the secret behind those weird stacked in array. If you're interested in earning more detailed information on Hangul vowels, go to Korean Daily Drill Vowels section. Tricky topics such as pronunciation of and composite vowels are covered more extensively. See you in the next video. 다음에 봐요.